Back here at Abe Lemons Arena, 66-51, the final score. John Brown gets the win here with Coach Kris Seigenthaler. And Coach, your thoughts on the game today?
That's a tough one. I thought, the first half we didn't have energy. And, when you don't have energy coming straight out of the gate, that hurts you. You can't go 20 minutes and just half compete and then, try to scrap back. I thought, I kind of cut up with them a little bit going in the locker room, like, hey, guys, we had our third quarter early. So we got to come out and we got to get after it. And I thought our third quarter was solid. I thought we really got after it. I think we're on to something. I've been contemplating looking to go a little smaller and seeing if we can't use our speed and attack. I think that lineup there late with our 5 guards out, is something that I've thought about. I know it will shorten our gaps a little bit, but I thought, in all seriousness, that was the run of the game. Those 5 played, those 5 scrapped and competed extremely hard. I felt like they got us back in it. We just couldn't sustain it.
You used a lot of press there in the fourth quarter as well. Is that something we're going to see a little bit more of going forward?
We like to pull that out now and then. So I think, it just depends on the situation. We had to late, to try to rally and get back in it. But, it depends on kind of who we have in, who we're kind of want to run with a little bit and things like that.
They've got a lot of length, and in that 2-3 zone, how difficult is that to deal with as far as their length on the perimeter?
I didn't think it was that tough personally. I think we attacked it. I think going right inside to Gordon and Casey, just right straight out of the gate. And then, of course, AD was just really feeling it from the 3. I think that caused a little trouble. We've got some hitters and got some looks on that. It can give you a little bit of trouble, but I just don't want us to lock up when we see zone. We can still attack it with, kind of our 4 out, 1 in. And I just now and then I feel like we lock up on that, and I'm just like, hey, just because they're in zone, that doesn't halt you. Penetrate and kick. Get after it. So we're still kind of coaching through that process, but we'll get it down.
Threw a lot of different players at Tara Stevens because you have to. She's the top scorer in the conference, but I thought Amaya Gordon was very impressive with her post defense on Tara at times today. So what skill set does she have that allows her to kind of go outside in and play that type of defense in the post? Yeah,
for sure. Well, so Gordon was actually a forward at Seminole State, JUCO, where we had found Gordon, and Gordon being a guard has actually been a challenge and been new territory. So I think the ability to be able to flex 3 and 4 has been solid. So, look, here's the thing: we get a chance to steal one on the road at John Brown. So we're going to be looking forward to that. Just because some of these guys have taken us down here, you still got to compete against us on the road. But yeah.
18 points and a career-high 5 made threes for Analia Dawn. She kind of kept you afloat offensively today a little bit.
Yeah, we struggled on the scoring end. I don't know what was going on in the first half. I just felt like our flow, it felt like it was like, all right, 1-on-1 and, kick it. And that's not how it goes. We normally kick it, and then we have somebody coming off and, attacking that. So, I just felt like it goes back to that energy. We just didn't have that energy on the scoring end, and, we got to find it, and I got after him and said, look, nobody changes this but y'all. It doesn't matter, the atmosphere is hype or not hype. It's y'all, and so you've got to get after it. You've got to lock it in. So, I think you can even attest to it that the squad you saw Saturday and the squad you saw, on Tuesday, we got to find that consistency. That's been the thing that's been hurting us.
This is a tough stretch with this many games in a week span. How do you work enough rest in?
I was about to say, brother, this is nothing. We just came off of 5 and 10 days. This 5 and 9 days is nothing. So, we're trying to get in and out. So we'll do a scouting film, an hour and a half on the hardwood, and then just, they've got to, they got to push through, and they've got to be tough. And we're going into the stretch of finals next week. Yep. So, you talk about a tough stretch. That it is. And so, especially from a psychological standpoint is, also. But, they're tough players, and, I think they've shown that. We continue to fight when I think it would be, it'd be easy just to be like, hey, let me just throw the towel in. It's a tough season, but I will hand it to our squad. They're coming out each day and they're fighting, they're scrapping, and we kind of have a mantra right now inside our program is prove them wrong. We were picked 7th in the preseason, and if you look at it, this is what. There's 5 conference games, so 4 of the 5 we've played have been picked ahead of us. you know. So, but it's a process. You know, it's like our, you know, like we talked about, you know, inside our program, you should not be peaking this early, you know. So it's all about peaking at the right time, and I think we will peak at just that time in late January, you know, early February. So, you know, I mean, we're also new. I think that, you know, new head coach, 6 new players, it's easy to forget that. So, you know, we just got to, it's a process, inch by inch. You got to build.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again in a couple of days. 66-51. John Brown gets the win over OCU. Take a timeout, set up for the men's game in just a moment. OCUsports.com.